Hello everyone, Happy New Year and a Merry Late Christmas. Sorry about that. Supreme Deliria here with my newest model release. It's been a long time coming and I know you probably just want the model if you're here, but I encourage you to stick around for a bit, as this video isn't going to be like my usual ones. This time I'll actually be explaining the model and exploring the design choices. You know, just the character it's supposed to be, since I was asked so much about it whilst I was showcasing it. I thought it would be nice to give people an answer that wasn't just, "This is the robot Henry Emily used to off himself in the Five Nights at Freddy's books." It's also not because I didn't want to animate anything, totally not, no, not at all. So, first is the head. In the original book descriptions, the face, if you could even call it that, was described as a mostly featureless mass, opened at the back. If it could, it would have been weeping. Its eyes were raised lumps, like those of a statue. It could see nothing but its own grief. I tried to apply all of the descriptors I knew of this character to its model, even the part about it being blind, which I really did not want to implement at first, because I'm going to be very straightforward with you. It makes no sense for a robot that was designed with the intention of killing someone to be completely blind. But then I realized I could probably just split its mask open like the Charlie bots that Henry also made, and that would allow it to see. Either way, though, the mask is as accurate as I could make it. Now, moving on to the rest of the body. It really has no defining features, or at least none that were worth mentioning in the original book, aside from the original descriptions of it being completely bare and covered in wires. There's not much to go off of, actually, so I made my own details. Extra machinery for the knife arm, so it may provide extra force for stabbing. A shoulder pad for the right shoulder joint to stop it from getting damaged. And the arms are also jagged. As with most of the parts of the model, these are designed to kill and make the process extremely painful. And because of the fact that this is essentially a Terminator, I thought, why shouldn't it look a bit like one? So I modeled some parts from the T-800 endoskeleton specifically for use in this model. Note the feet and the hand. The face also bears similarities to the T-800, but it was intentionally made a bit different to distinguish the two. I didn't want to completely copy it after all, and for reasons that should be very obvious. I placed a broken heart inside of its chest. Now, on to the only other part of the robot that was described to have any discernible detail: the knife arm. The original book descriptions, when Charlie first sees the robot, it is described as having outstretched arms, as if in an embrace, and it was holding a knife in its hand. However, I decided to ask the question of, why would you program a robot to hold a knife when you could just weld it to its hand? Or, better yet, cut out the middleman, have there be no hand at all, and replace it with a very long knife. Its second book series appearance makes the choice very obvious, as it describes said knife to be extremely long, almost to the length of a sword. And, so that we can say it matches the book descriptions, we can simply say it was holding this knife in its other hand. As the book did say, it looked like it was embracing something. Why can't it be embracing that something with a hug? Here are some work-in-progress pictures from when the model was being originally developed. As you can see, the decision to accurately blind the robot came around fairly late into development. Quite literally as I am writing the script for this video. It originally started out as me modeling this design by the very talented artist FreddleFrooby, whose designs I have made so many of my models after. But gradually it turned into a bigger and bigger project as I worked on it more, and eventually it came to look as it does now. I'm very proud of how it turned out. I've worked on this project for quite some time now, and to see it release feels quite nice. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I encourage you to subscribe for more model releases, as well as speed modeling videos, and videos of me explaining the character design in question. Though there might not be very many of those. Who knows? And also explaining the developments of said design and model that would come with it. I might also make videos discussing the characters in question in the future, using my models to illustrate my points. Of course, you would have to tell me if you would want that, though I could do it, but script writing, it isn't something I do very often, so I might have to get used to it. Lastly, as promised, I am still working on those models I talked about in that community post so long ago now. I will have those videos out soon, don't you worry. But for now, I bid you good day, goodbye, and remember, I am not actually British.